Hello everyone. Today we are going to see how to put an EC2 instance into Hibernate mode. Um, in general scenario, when it is asked to save some cost on EC2 instance, the usual way is we go for the stopping the EC2 instance. In FinOps term, it is called as power scheduling, where you stop the instances and when you need those instances, you start them again. But this may not work all the time. For example, if your development environment is running on EC2 instance, and if it has all the software packages, just imagine stopping and starting that EC2 instance will take a lot of time. So there is better alternative, which is called the hibernation. So that is something we are going to see today, how we can put an EC2 instance into hibernate mode if the utilization or the CPU utilization is below average. So this is how our architecture will look like. We will have one EC2 instance. We are going to attach one CloudWatch alarm to that EC2 instance to monitor its CPU utilization. Then we will have a event bridge. When the alarm goes into alarm state, the event bridge will trigger a notification, or basically it will trigger a lambda, okay, which eventually is going to stop an EC2 instance. And since it will be in the hibernate mode, starting that instance will not take time. It will be quickly started because we are not actually stopping it, we are putting that instance into hibernate mode. Okay, so we'll see this in this video. There are some prerequisites before we start this. Not every instance family or not every AMI supports the hibernation. So there is AWS documentation which briefs about which AMIs and which instance families support hibernation. So before you think about putting the EC2 instance into hibernate, make sure these prerequisites are considered. Okay, then let's quickly jump to our demo. First we will quickly launch an EC2 instance. Okay, so let's name it as EC2 test server. I'll add additional tag to track my resources. This is optional, you don't need to do it. Okay, once the tagging is done, I'm going with Amazon Linux, which supports hibernate mode. Okay, then instance term I'm taking as T2 micro. Okay, I've already created a key pair. I'll select that. I'll keep this networking things default. Okay, and the security groups again are default. There is one more thing, you need to have an encrypted volume if you want to use the hibernation feature. So we'll go into the advanced setting of the volumes and we will do encrypted with default KMS key. Okay, so the volume is encrypted. I hope that's it. There is one more setting you need to do. Yes, so there is one stop hibernate behavior. By default there is no selection, but make sure you enable this feature, and this is the feature which will put actually that EC2 instance into hibernate mode. Okay, so our instance looks good. Let's launch it. Okay, so meanwhile the instance is getting launched, we need to create some IAM roles and policies, because we need to attach this IAM roles and policies to the lambda function, which will stop the EC2 instance. If you recall the architecture, so this lambda function is actually going to stop an EC2 instance. So lambda needs permission to stop EC2 instance, as well as it needs permission to log the CloudWatch log groups. Okay, so we are going to do that now, or I guess I have created already a role. Let me just quickly check that. Okay, so already I have a role created, so I'll use this role, but I'll show you the permissions I have attached here. So this role has a stop instance permission. Okay, so we need to change this ARN once the EC2 instance is launched, uh, but it has a stop permission and it has a CloudWatch logging permission. So let me see if the instance is lost so that we can copy that ARN. Okay, we'll do edit here. Or maybe let me quickly um, do that policy creation and role creation for you. So we'll is CloudWatch logs, then select create log group, create log stream, and put log events. Okay, we'll keep resources as all. Okay, then we need EC2 stop permission. Okay, so we'll do that. EC2, then stop, or let me search stop instances. Okay, resources will get a ARN of the EC2 instance. Okay, add ARN. So we got the EC2 instance. Rest all things are fine. We'll do next. Let's give it a name. Hibernate policy EC2. Create policy. Then we'll go to roles. Let's do a create role quickly. I have already done this, but I'm doing this for you again to show you how I've created policies and the role. So for role creation, we are going to attach this role to Lambda service. So I've selected use cases Lambda. Let's do next. Let's select our customized policy created just now, Hibernate policy EC2. Let's do next. Give it a name, Hibernate role Lambda. Okay, then I'll add a tag also here. Let's create a role. Okay, now role is also there, EC2 is there. Let's go back to our architecture. Okay, so we have created EC2, we have created Lambda, we have created the roles and policies. Now we'll create the CloudWatch alarm. So let's go to our EC2 instance, and I have option here. Okay, it is still getting initialized, I believe. Okay, it is all good now. So here you can see alarm status. I'll just click on here, create an alarm. I don't need any notifications, but or let me do that for you again. So basically, if the CPU utilization goes down, I'll get an email as a SNS notification. So average CPU utilization is less than 10%. Okay, for consecutive 5 minutes. Okay, I will keep the alarm same, so that's fine. Let's create basically if the CPU utilization goes below 10%, this alarm will go into the alarm state and it will trigger an email. Okay, let's create it. Okay, our alarm is also set now. Now let's go to so this part is also done, AWS CloudWatch. Now the remaining part is the event bridge. Okay, let's do that. So we'll go to event bridge. We'll create a role. Okay, let's give this name as Hibernate Before that, let's do one thing. We haven't created the lambda function, right? So let's create the lambda function first. Create function, let's give it a name, Hibernate EC2 lambda function. I have code written in Python, so I have selected that. We'll use the existing role, the one we created, Hibernate role lambda, and rest of the things is fine. We'll create the function. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll get the code and I'll walk you through this code, what I've done here. Okay. So we'll do control V. So basically what I'm doing is this lambda is getting triggered. So if I have to just show you the architecture again, this lambda is getting triggered through event bridge, and we will receive that CloudWatch as an event. So when the CloudWatch state changes to in alarm, the event will be generated, and that event will be passed to the AWS lambda. And through that event, what we are doing is we are getting the instance ID. Okay, you can see we are getting the instance ID. Once we get that instance ID, we are stopping that instance with Hibernate as true. So this is the main thing. So you need to put the Hibernate as true, so it will go into the Hibernate mode. So that's what this function does. Okay, so we'll deploy it. Okay, now lambda function is there, CloudWatch alarm is there. Just to show you CloudWatch, if I go to all alarms, you can see there are two alarms. Already it is saying in alarm because the CPU utilization is already low. So if I have to show you monitoring, you can say it is 9.31, so that's the reason it's in alarm state, but it won't do anything as of now because our event bridge is not yet ready. So let's set up that Amazon event bridge. Let's create a rule, let's give it a name, Hibernate event rule. Leave this as the default bus. We will do next. Okay, I will not put anything. We have one pattern ready, so we are using the custom pattern. We already have one pattern created, so there is just one change needed. This is not required. Okay, so basically what it is saying, when the CloudWatch alarm state changes and when it goes to the alarm state, for this CloudWatch, we have to get the CloudWatch ARN. CloudWatch all alarms. So basically when there is a change in state for this CloudWatch, okay, we are going to trigger an lambda function. Okay, so when there is change in the alarm state for this CloudWatch, what are we going to do? We are going to call lambda function. What is the lambda function is? Hibernate EC2 lambda function. Let's do next. I'll add some tags here. Do next. Okay, I think we are good. Let's create a role. Okay, I guess everything is in place now. So we have created role policies, we have created lambda function, we have created event bridge, we have created CloudWatch and EC2 instance. So when it is already in alarm state, the CPU utilization has come down and the event has been triggered. I'll show you that in the logs, but the end action, you can see the EC2 instance is stopping now and it will go into the hibernate mode. There should be some logs also. Okay, yes, so we have some lambda logs. Okay, uh, which is just prints the instance ID. uh, okay, but eventually it is stopping that instance and putting that instance into hibernate mode. So when the CloudWatch alarm went into in alarm state, uh, the event breach triggered the lambda function, and that lambda function has stopped the EC2 instance. Okay, so that's it from this demo. I hope you learned something out of this video. This is very useful when it comes to you want to save the cost. At the same time, you do not want to stop the instances, because at times it takes time to start those instances. So the best approach is to put those instances into hibernate mode through automation or event trigger. I need your support to grow this channel. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Thanks for watching.